AFTV Julian, 1-0 to Arsenal, not the sort of inspiring performance we were looking for ahead of that game against Liverpool. What did you make of it?
Oh, well, I was thinking that I was adding up how many games I've been to over the course of my lifetime and how many games I've actually forgotten. And that game is one that I will forget very, very quickly. In fact, I can't think of too many things to discuss. Now, I wanted to speak to my dad at half-time to see what his views were. He then tells me he hasn't got Amazon, so he didn't watch it. So my second port of call is Graham, who always gives me a little bit of in-depth insight, only to find out he was at work and he's watching the game when he gets back. So there's not a lot to say other than I thought Martinelli was impressive. He really stood out for me, but it was a really nondescript performance. You know, it was very, very comfortable. We should have won by a lot more. I was wholly unimpressed by Shakhtar. I didn't think they had anything to offer.
They stepped it up at the end, though, you know what I mean? And at the end, you know, a lot of the second half they had control of the ball, right? And then at the end, you know what I mean? You know how these games go when you're only 1-0 up. They got that chance. Good save by David Araya, but you know what I mean? They put it on us in the second half.
Well, I wouldn't say that they put it on us. They had, I mean, the first two games, they had the least amount of shots of all the Champions League teams. They had one on target. And in this game, they had one on target. It just so happens it was in the last minute, and that one on target was a good save. But we were completely in control. And it should have been more. It wasn't more. And they were very wasteful. And at the end, we could have got stung by it, but we didn't. So let's look at the positives. We've got 2 wins. We still haven't conceded a goal in the Champions League. And we got 7 points. We're in a position that I know that we've played 3 and other teams have only played 2, but we're in a position where we'd go straight through, qualify immediately.
Yeah. Positives on that. Negatives for the game was Ben White came off at half-time. I don't know if that he was on a yellow card, or were they just protecting him, or was that an injury? And then Calafiori going off. I mean, you know, we've got a real problem at the back now coming up at the weekend. No Saliba, potentially no Ben White, potentially no Calafiori. You know, bit worrying, this situation.
Yeah, it is, but then we do have cover. I mean, we had Miles Skelly that comes on. He looks like he's decent. I mean, he isn't up to the players that have got injured. You've still got Zinchenko, who I was surprised didn't come on. You know, a couple of years ago, he would have been one of the first names on the team sheet. So we've still got amazing cover there.
Still got players, amazing players, but they will be up against Salah and Luis Diaz. And that is a worry. You want your very best players up against those players. And, you know, the 2 potential fullbacks have gone off injured, it looks like, in the game.
Yeah, they have. But then, again, I think one of the reasons for the lack of performance today was they weren't inspired by the opposition. And they just kind of did enough, but when Liverpool come here, it's going to be a whole different game. The Premier League is just so much more intense. They're going to up the levels, and I think
they have to up the levels.
They have to, otherwise they're going to get absolutely smacked on Sunday if they don't. It's as simple as that. You play as badly as that, and they did play badly today, and Liverpool play as Liverpool can play, then we're going to get decimated. It's going to be like it was a few years ago. You know, the performance that we've seen in the last couple, this week, hasn't been the Arsenal that we've been used to.
And they're going to have to step it up. What's your thoughts ahead of that game?
My thoughts are, if you play as badly as you have done the last last couple of games, performances, we're going to get smacked. It's going to be as simple as that. But I believe that Arteta's going to turn it around. They're going to play with intensity, regardless of who's going to be in that starting 11. We've got the depth of squad to be able to cope with it, and we're going to be okay, because I have every confidence, because I believe, and out of those 1,200 games that I've been to, I think the one on Sunday is going to be memorable because we're going to win it.